Hey guys, I'm Zach with SaltSCon, and we're going to do a little bit more in-depth video with our rust converter today. As we kind of previously discussed, or if you're new to it, of course, SaltSCon is all about preventing the corrosion, but we totally understand a lot of people already have corrosion on their trucks, boat docks, whatever it might be, right? We're just kind of all around it. So the rust converter is all about taking this nasty, what's called ferrous oxide, right, is the rust, and we're going to convert it back over to iron oxide. So of course this isn't the most beautiful truck in the world, but it's available for us to kind of do this quick video here. So what we're going to do is first we're going to work on taking all the grease off of here. We do want to have a grease-free surface. So if you're doing any type of project where you've actually got grease on there, you want to degrease the project first. If your project has been exposed to salt water, after that, you actually want to rinse with SaltSCon, right? Before we wire wheel or grind this thing down a little bit, we definitely don't want to get salt impregnated any more into the metal than it already is. After that, we're going to hit it with the wire wheel. Just time to take some of the loose flaking rust off of here. You can see just going to pull up rust dust on my hand even before we do anything to it. And then after we wire wheel it, you can brush, roll, you can really get the rust converter on there any way you want to. Today we're going to use an HVLP gun, just a little cheapy $30 HVLP gun from Harbor Freight, nothing fancy, but it's going to be a lot easier to get into some of these surfaces and just go a little bit quicker. I'm not a professional painter by trade. We don't have unbelievable painting equipment, right? This is truly just how simple the product and process is for you to be able to go ahead and knock this out yourself. So we're gonna get you kind of some footage of, of course, wire wheeling, each step of the process, spraying, and then what the end result. Alright guys, so we just got the grease off of this thing. We hit it with some SaltSCon to make sure that it was all free of chlorides. And so now we're going to hit it with a wire wheel. Anywhere we've got loose flaking rust, the real tight stuff is going to be okay. Anywhere that we got anything loose and flaking that you can just rub off, we want to get all that stuff off before we actually coat it here. So we're just going to hit it real easy with the wire wheel. And again, we're not going for white metal or anything like that. All we want to do is just be able to get down and all the loose stuff off. After we do this, we're just going to blow it clean, and then it's going to be ready for some rust converting coating. All right, guys, so we just pushed the truck inside. Just simply, didn't want to get any overspray or anything like that on any vehicle. So keep that in mind if you're going to use the HVLP. Anyhow, we shook up our rust converter. Right? Pretty simple. No need to stir it. Just give it a good shake. Pour it in your gun. If you're going to use a brush, a roller, what have you not, just take this and put it in a separate container. What you want to avoid doing is, dipping your paintbrush in here after it already has rust and metal and those types of things on it. Because what it'll do is it'll cause the paint to activate through the rust, and, essentially you'll ruin it prematurely. So just always pour this into a separate container if you're going to use a brush or a roller. Obviously, if you're going to be spraying paint, put on eye protection, some type of a respirator. But we're going to go ahead and just start coating this bad boy. Kind of dial in the paint gun a little bit and waiting on getting where we want to be with it. All right, guys, so it's been about an hour since we sprayed this thing, and at this point you can see anywhere that we left black paint on the surface or anything like that, you know, you're gonna have a little bit, but you'll also see that all this rust now is tightly bonded. The resin on the top has done its job, and I know you guys aren't gonna feel it because you're watching on the screen, but this is a super hard, durable coating ready to run underneath any type of truck or vehicle, you know, for a very extended period of time. So of course the product did its job. It converted the rust over and then left the hard resin on the top to protect it in the future.